For some of us, a beautiful sight with snow falling on the cameras. I love these ones. Kind of the Star Trek-y, Star Wars-y snow flying at us. Pretty cool stuff. Like to see it. We'll have more on the way. Latest data is in. It's later Sunday, January 18th. Meteorologist Matt Makins here, updating what Brian chatted about earlier, and that is snowfall totals. Still kind of in the range of 3 to 6 across a lot of New England, but deeper snow, 20 to 30 centimeters as you head into the Maritimes. More on that in a second. But again, for some of us, a beautiful sight. For others, travel impact. So as we dissect the snowfall totals, the latest data in this video, here's what we're chatting about. Worst travel across New England is going to be now through 6 a.m. Monday. For the Maritimers, whether you're Nova Scotia out to Newfoundland, you're going to have a longer delay there into Monday into Tuesday. There's an Arctic front that'll deliver some cold on Tuesday. A clipper system arrives Wednesday, and deeper cold moves in next weekend. All of the specifics coming your way right now. Thanks for joining us. This is the Snow Bros channel. Let's take the terrain of the mapping off. I like it this way to show you the pops of blue. That's snowfall. Rainfall is the greens and the yellows and the reds. Looks dramatic here across to the northeast. Here is our system. It's offshore. It's south and east of the Cape. Approaching Halifax will be the center of that system happening tonight. That's 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, so 2 o'clock there in Halifax. As you go beyond, that's when it's going to move up toward Newfoundland. But we still have residual snow and rain, some icing around Boston, just outside of New York. Here is more activity across the Great Lakes, and our clipper system is moving in right there for later this week. Details on that in future videos. For this video, let's focus on the weather at the moment. Here we have I-95, so let me point out some areas. I-95 sneaking down through Augusta, down into Boston, Providence, sneaking on down toward New York City, Philly, Baltimore, and DC. Okay, we're oriented. You see the coastline here as well. Mostly snowfall along the coast and inland. Just offshore, that's where we have most of the rain. That's for the U.S. Into Canada, we're going to be throwing rain and snow at a lot of the Maritimes, mostly in the form of snowfall for Halifax and Yarmouth. But if you get out closer to St. John's, and we'll see that in just a moment, a rain-snow mix, a sloppy mix there. Let's go to 1 o'clock this morning. We still have snow in a lot of New England. Snow is heavy, especially here across parts of New Brunswick, Nova Scotia as well. Very heavy snowfall at that point. Rain for the Cape, the extreme Cape, but you work toward the inland, you work into that colder air, you work to I-95, and that's where it's mostly going to be snowfall. Here is 7 o'clock in the morning. Headed off to work if you're working tomorrow. I know most kids are probably not doing school tomorrow for MLK Day, but along I-95 and I-90, some pockets of snow will remain. Off into Canada, that's the bigger action as we get into Monday and Monday afternoon. Monday afternoon at 1 o'clock, most of the snow is clearing out of Boston, but there's some lighter stuff that's going to come back through. So, yeah, the main event, main system may be to the northeast and affecting the Maritimers, but around Boston, the rest of New England, on and off chances for snow throughout the week ahead. Let's just talk about the next several hours in terms of snowfall. We'll update what Brian showed. First off, we'll start with this map. Here's the Cape. You work on down to the south. There's New York and there's Philly, okay? So along I-95, most of our totals, whether it be Salem, Boston, on down close to Newport, here's Bridgeport, Stamford, we're all talking about 2s, 3s, 3.5 to 4. So a broad brush general outlook of 3 to 6 inches across the area. You work more inland and the snowfall is a little bit lighter. That's using the American model, the GFS model. Brian has been showing you that this weekend. I thought I'd refresh our memories on the latest data here. This data just came in, hence the new video. And whenever new updates come in, make sure you subscribe. We'll let you know the next video when that alert pops up for you. Here's a look at the Euro model, the IFS. The Euro model is less than that. It's about a third of the total snowfall. If you're a snow lover, you're going to bet on the American model GFS being right, because the European model is much lighter in total snowfall. Some of that is ground temperatures, early melting and whatnot, but that's for a more technical weather nerdy video than this one. For GFS on a broader view, so all I did was change the view. We were looking right in here before. Now I'm going all the way out toward Halifax. Most of Nova Scotia is shown. Some of New Brunswick is shown. On GFS, we're looking at 20, 30 centimeters of total snowfall. Let's switch. The Euro agrees. We're close to 20 centimeters in a lot of cases there. So deeper snow just outside of the U.S., up for the Maritimers this time. Here's a look at a broader view. That last one was just this segment. We went out one more notch, and now we've got a lot of Newfoundland in here, and you can see from Gander to Stephenville, that's 25 to 30 centimeters of total snowfall using the American model. Let's flip, go to the Euro model, and much agreement here. Snow lovers, head to Newfoundland, I guess, because that's where the system is targeting this time. Kind of a wet, sloppy mess around New England, some travel impact due to the timing of that. For the late Sunday drivers into early morning, there'll be some slick areas for sure. And again, we're talking about a rain-snow mix for much of Newfoundland, with the heavier snow as you work up into the to the north, into most of the rest of the Newfoundland. PEI is still talking about snowfall, and parts of Nova Scotia still with some snowfall as that system begins to kick offshore. Watch this animation. We don't show temperatures very often because it hasn't been all that cold in a little while, a couple of weeks anyway, but look as we go toward next weekend. That's Sunday morning. That's 8 degrees for Providence, 7 in Hartford, 2 below Burlington. Look at some of the temperatures up into Canada, 20, 30 C below. Cold weather is on tap for the weekend. We'll have more details on that because that's next weekend. I just wanted to bring you the latest data, update those models before we close out business here on this Sunday. So plowable snow for some folks, 3 to 6 inches. That's New England, 20 to 30 centimeters in the Maritimes. The next kind of clipper system is scheduled for this week. On and off snow chances throughout the week. That's why we'll do future videos throughout the week. And as we get closer to that weekend, more emphasis from our videos will be on that potential deep freezer that moves in Saturday and next Sunday. So we'll have a lot more in future videos. On behalf of Brian Shields, myself, Matt Makins, have a great rest of your weekend.